So Christopher Nolan has made a film called The Odyssey, and you're wondering, what is The Odyssey? The story of The Odyssey is almost 3,000 years old. And in this video, I'm going to tell you the origin and the legacy of Odyssey. Welcome to this episode of Probe Perspective. I'm Lydia, and I'm Film Probe. Now, firstly, The Odyssey was composed by Homer, not Simpson, an ancient Greek poet. He lived around the 8th and 9th century BCE, and his work has shaped Greek culture. It's influenced many artists since his time, and it remains widely studied and read today. Hence, Christopher Nolan making a film about it 3,000 years later. Nolan himself cites the Odyssey as the story, the in capitals, meaning it's one of the oldest surviving and most well-known stories in Western literature. Now, a fact I find almost incomprehensible when I think about the Odyssey is that Homer was an oral storyteller, which means before stories were written down, the Odyssey originated from oral storytelling, people hearing the story, memorizing it, and reciting it on their travels around the world, which is how the story stays alive. And I think that's pretty remarkable considering how old this story is, that it's remained relevant. We all know the story of the Trojan horse. That's 3,000 years old. I can't comprehend it. Now, the Odyssey is one of Homer's epic poems, and it's about the hero Odysseus, who's played by Matt Damon in Nolan's upcoming feature. Now, the poem tells the story of his 10-year struggle trying to return home after the Trojan War. Now, if you're wondering what was the Trojan War, basically it was a legendary conflict between the Greeks and the city of Troy in Western Anatolia. Now, this battle has been immortalised by Homer's epic poem, and the war spanned a 10-year period. And it is all said to have started when the Trojan prince kidnapped Helen, who was the wife of the Spartan king. Now, let's go back to Odysseus, aka Matt Damon. He battles mythical monsters on his 10-year journey to go back home, and also the god of the sea, all while his wife and son are trying to defend his name and his throne back home when people are trying to overthrow it. So his wife is played by Anne Hathaway in the film, and his son is played by Tom Holland. Now, this isn't the entire story of the Odyssey, and I don't really want to tell you how it ends. I don't know how much creative liberties Christopher Nolan's going to take with this film, so I feel like if you don't know what happens to Odysseus and you don't know what happens at the end of Odyssey, then you should go into this film just getting ready to see what happens. But also, I could be surprised and he could do something completely different to the story, but I have a feeling he'll try and stay as loyal to the original poem as he can. Hopefully this video gave you a brief understanding of the story of the Odyssey and how old this story is, and hopefully you learned something new about the Odyssey before you go and see the film. I'm going to be wearing my hat.